this actually makes CA grind bearable, because look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, so over here we have the Kryptonite artifact Astro harness. So this is going to make the opponent do some beam attack upon tagging. The stats are going to be far higher at a higher level, but for me at the very least at level 3 is going to be 92% of Warrior's attack stat, and as far as I've noticed and as far as I've been able to test it, it's going to be the total attack, not the base attack, and it can trigger criticals. I might be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Next up is going to reduce the basic attack damage that the opponent does for you, and that's the most underwhelming part of it. And if you KO the first opponent, then the attack will get a boost, and it increases by a certain amount for each KO'd opponent. So yeah, let's go through the process of testing, let's go through a moment of revelation, and then we'll draw some final conclusions into this. Okay, so let me walk you through the process of testing this. At first I took it to Arena. Right now it's on Multiverse Armor Supergirl. I was like, okay, we got two options for this artifact, and I was mad that the passive of this artifact, which is the beam that is applied when you or an opponent tag in, is not going to be applied to the opponent. Even if you got this artifact on your team, it has to be on the active character that's right now in the fight. And that's the thing I got pretty mad about. I was like, if this applied like to the entire team, and the entire team would have this passive, then this artifact would be amazing. But since you have to put it either on your combo builder or damage dealer, you have to kind of give up a firebox or an all blades. And I've tested yesterday instead of a firebox on Multiverse Flash, and the damage was simply not worth it in terms of replacing my firebox as a defensive artifact. And I've switched it around to the Multiverse Armor Supergirl. She's got a lot of attack, and I believe that it would benefit from it. Keep in mind that in this review, my Astro Hardened is going to be only level 3. It might perform far better for you if it's higher level, but for me it was only level 3 at this point. So yeah, with over those few fights, I've encountered a lot of moments when the Astro Harness actually made me lose the fight, because if I had like all blades on Multiverse Armor Supergirl, I would have broken through some shields, I would have one-shotted some characters, and the fact that I had it all actually got me into a lot of trouble. So yeah, over here Multiverse Armor Supergirl would have killed this dark side off with all blades, and I can tell you it's not worth equipping it on Flash either. I tested it yesterday. So yeah, not having a lot of fun with this fight and with this artifact right now, but my opinion is going to shortly change here. But nevertheless, back into Arena. By the way, it's bugged. It has a bug on it that kind of needs to be solved, because look, I got it from a bundle. I paid some money on it. I want it to not be buggy, but we'll talk about the bug a little bit later. Now we're up against this team, still trying to make use of it, still trying to see if it's worth replacing all blades with. We'll find a far better use for it in the next few moments of this video, don't worry about it. But yeah, here not having a lot of fun, it's not pulling as much damage as All Blades does. And if it's not pulling as much damage as All Blades does, and I'm not going to give up my firebox from my Multiverse Flash, I don't really see a reason of having it. Over here I would have one-shot it if I had the All Blades instead of it. So yeah, pretty unfortunate over there. Darkseid in here. Going over there, it was my bad. It was my bad. Granted, it was my bad there. I tagged him while Darkseid was in a jump attack, so not amazing stuff. Not amazing stuff from my side. Can't really blame the artifact on this one. And yeah, fat rip on that one. By the way, I won the fight if any of you were interesting or were doubting my skills. But yeah, after this I was like, what would be... Now let's get into one more fight and see the damage. Then we'll see like the team on which this is actually bugged. So this is going well so far, but as you can see, the damage that is dealt by the artifact is actually very lackluster, and that we'd rather have on all blades. So at this point I really have no hope for this artifact. As you can see, we deal more with our basic attacks pretty much than we deal with the artifact, or something close to that extent. But nevertheless, getting into another fight. The last pip with this artifact with this team, and then we're going to try to compose the best team for this artifact. Building a combo as high as possible, Multiverse Armor Supergirl, and that beam came up from the sky and dealt some poopy amount of damage. Oh bro, I need to stop watching Mirza's video. I don't usually see poopy, so yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, over here the flash passive triggers. tagging in Multiverse Armor Supergirl, and if I had tab, this would have been a guaranteed kill, because at this point I would have had 2 stacks of tab on my Multiverse Armor Supergirl. Using a special one, Enchantress stacks in. I don't even know if that damaged her by anything. Pretty sure it didn't, or the damage was so little that it didn't even matter at that point. Yeah, I get interrupted there. That Darkseid takes a pretty good amount of damage from me, to be honest. Like 8k is not too shabby, but still would have preferred all blades. Okay, Enchantress in, she actually gets one-shot by it, so I'm happy enough with that, but still, overall the performance would have been better on the all blades. Now, we got here a team that's kind of made for tag-ins. Like, we got Atrocitus, we got EGL, they both give each other buffs. By the way, Atrocitus is bugged, you got a delay on his buff by 1 second. But this is not a video about that in particular. And we got Dark Supergirl. Right now we're trying to get the Superman tag in, that's why we're using super move. So Dark Supergirl will interrupt the enemy when she tags in. She'll get a 100% attack buff, which I think was going to scale amazingly with this one, and had a 100% crit chance. But what happened? Did you notice anything, guys? Nothing happened. This artifact is straight up bugged on Dark Supergirl. Literally nothing happens when you do it. Again, using a super move because I want that Superman to get into the fight. Or some of them to use any specials. You see? It doesn't work. Maybe because she's got a weird animation on tagging, that's most likely it. But it is bugged on Dark Supergirl. And I paid money for this. Please fix it, guys. Fix it. You see? Over here as well, we deal no damage with it. The damage that you see firing up at first when she tags in is going to be like her tagging animation, like it fired when she was in the fight and that Harley Quinn tagged in. But when you tag her in and the animation of her tagging triggers, the enemy simply receives no damage, and I think the enemy receives no damage because she knocks them over, and when the enemies are knocked over, sometimes they simply avoid any damage directed to them. So that might be a problem, but please fix it! Fix my artifact, guys! Yeah, with all being said, just trying over here desperately to make use of it and see if this bug persists. Again, it's most likely because of the tagging animation on Dark Supergirl. Keep tagging in, he's not going to use any supers, so I might as well just tag Dark Supergirl in at some point. This guy just one-shot my guy. Again, tagged in, and that doesn't work. When I tag in with Dark Supergirl, again, if she's already in the fight and an enemy tags in, it works all well. But if I tag her like this, then nope, the enemy doesn't receive any damage. And I don't think that's the way it should work. And I really had hopes for this team with this artifact. Like, this was like what I have put all my hopes in. And at this point, after this fight, I was kind of hopeless in regards to that. But yeah, fat rip on this one. And now we get to CA. Like, I enter CA in order to test if it's base damage or total damage, and I found something amazing. So, we have by a ton higher trade than this team. We have like 10 times higher trade than this team. But if I did not have this artifact, this would have taken like, let's say, 10 seconds more to clear. At the same time, this is just a level 3, so our level 10 will be very effective on this. So this pretty much is what it does, and I'll show you on a few fights. This actually makes CA grind bearable, because look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. That saved 10 seconds of my life, or more than 10 seconds depending on how annoying the AI was. You just put this on your higher attack character and you try to kill off the first opponent when you tag in, because if you kill off the first opponent, then the damage will get increased and it will just snowball to the others. Black Lightning in, kill, kill, and not a kill because that was not a crit. But this is going to save a lot of time in the CA, and keep in mind, I got this only on level 3. So if you guys bought the bundle for the new artifacts and you got like a high level 1 on this, you are going, the CA has turned for you in the easiest game mode in the entire game. The CA has turned for you in the easiest CA, the easiest game mode in the entire game if you got this artifact. I'm not even kidding. And the problem with CA is that you usually found very low threat teams, and everybody was able to kill the crap out of the low threat CA teams. And that was the problem, because at this point it was not about skill, it was just about a waste of time. It was a mindless grind where you would just set up teams and you would have to fight mindless fights. But now this tremendously speeds up the process of doing that. And I love it for that. I love it. Like, out of all the game modes, CA was my biggest complaint because how boring this was. But if you got this artifact at, let's say, level 5, level 6, bro, if you got this at level 10, you are all set for life in terms of CA. So, final thoughts on this artifact. Like, if CA was not such an annoying to play game mode and an unbearable grind that I don't enjoy, and as far as I'm aware, a lot of people don't enjoy, this would have been an average artifact. But since CA it is the way it is, this is going to be a must-have artifact to make your life better, and it's going to be one of the biggest blessings you've ever received if you drop it from a pack or from a soul rate drop at high level. You're going to be a new man in CA, you're going to grind those points, it's going to be a very easy life for you. Do I say that you should prioritize investing into this? No, because it gives average bonuses in terms of the soul rates. It gives average bonuses. You want to invest in most likely the Spear or the LexCorp Armor, because they give the highest passive soul rate bonuses. But if you get this at high level, CA is going to become the easiest and maybe a far more enjoyable game mode for you. But yeah, those are my thoughts on this artifact. Maybe we'll develop on it further if I get my hands on a higher level one. Not going to invest anything into this, but this level 3 bad boy will do a lot for me. And if you got a high level one, then I'm very jealous at this point, because you're the god of CA at this point. But yeah, with all that being said, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye!